Hey guys, so today we're gonna do the toasty makeup look or toasted makeup look, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. For today's primer, I'm gonna be using the One Size Secure the Glow Tacky Hydrating Primer. It looks like this. If you can see my bottle, I'm just gonna put, oh, I don't even have it open. I'm just gonna put a little on the tips of my hands, and I already did my skincare offline. I do have videos of me doing my skincare on my channel, but if you guys want like an updated skincare routine, I can do that for you guys as well. I did incorporate just a few new products. Also, I forgot what I was just gonna say. Okay, so the skin is primed. Now I'm gonna go in with skin tint for today. For today, I decided to go in with the kellythxmas skin tint. It's the skin tint blurring elixir. I've heard a lot of good things about this skin tint, so I'm really excited to try it. I've had it for some time, so hopefully I'm still the same shade. I have the shade 6 in. I'm actually gonna go ahead and have my mirror. I'm filming in the bathroom today. I'll tell you guys why in just a minute, but first I'm going to, I just wasted that everywhere. Okay, pause. Look at this. This is when you know you haven't done a makeup tutorial in a long time. You know what? We're just gonna rub it out. We are just gonna rub it out, so. If you guys see my stained shirt, it's whatever. But that is a nice shade. It's very runny. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Morphe brush. It is a M105 foundation and body brush. I don't know how this blends out at all, so let's just, ooh. I was not, you guys, get into it. I was not expecting this. The shade just might be a little bit off, but because we're doing a really toasty makeup look, it should work. But look how pretty. Let's put a little more on. I think with this, a little definitely goes a long way, but it is also buildable. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the forehead. You guys know I really don't like putting that much makeup on the forehead, so you can look at my mirror. Y'all, this mirror is so freaking old. It's one of the older kellythxmas mirrors, but oh well, I just don't have another one right now, so I'm using this, and I'm filming in my bathroom because I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not happy with my beauty room anymore. I'm supposed to be getting a new vanity. I was supposed to get a new vanity forever ago, but the vanity that I wanted, they was tripping like on the shipping and stuff. Like I had ordered it and then it took forever for it to get here. So I was just like, I'm canceling the order because they were like, you can either cancel it or continue to wait. Give me my money back. Well, it was Darian's money, but give it back, okay? Immediately, give it back. So yeah, I'm just patting in. I love this. I could wear this to work, I feel like. I'm just patting in the skin tint and making sure everything's all good. You guys, this is really good because I really need to shave my face. I was supposed to do that last night or the night before and I did not. But I feel like if I would have shaved my face, it would have been even more bomb. Look at that. Good coverage, like just enough for someone like me who doesn't really wear foundation that much anymore, but it's looking so good. Okay, you guys, so for the next thing I'm gonna do is conceal my under eyes. I was really trying to figure out which one I wanted to use. They're really kind of close in shade. I do think that the Makeup Forever one is a little bit lighter, so I think I'm gonna go closer to my skin tone. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll put a little bit of the very light shade and then we'll go more golden, even though I think this is a neutral shade. So the first thing we're gonna do, let me get my mirror. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer, and this is in the shade 3.4 in. And then I'm going to add just a little bit in the corner. So I don't want too much concealer. And I don't want it to be too bright because this look is all about bronzing and looking toasty. So I don't want to do too much. And then I'm going to go in with this Juvia's Place. I can't remember what the name of this concealer is called. And it's a little bit old, so like everything's rubbed off. But let me see. This is the shade 16. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this right here as well. And now I'm just gonna get a brush and blend both of these out. This is just a regular concealer brush. It is a Morphe M449 if you're wanting to know the brushes. And I'm just blending this out under my eye. You guys, I remember I used to be obsessed with all Morphe brushes. Like, it was a huge obsession, I think, for the beauty community in general, just because they were affordable brushes. And they were just really good quality. So I remember when everybody was just obsessed over Morphe brushes. And I'm actually gonna pack some of that concealer onto the eye, even though we're not gonna work on eyes until almost the last step. But just get a little bit of makeup there. And then I'm gonna get a powder puff, one of my favorite powder puffs by Sephora. I should have got one more during the sale. I only picked up one. I thought I had an extra one already here, but turns out I don't. So now I only have one. They're only $8 though. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my powder puff. I have an angled powder puff and I'm just gonna go up under the eye. And I want this to look really smooth and I don't want to crease. And I'm gonna end up doing this again. But yeah, I'm just taking that and making sure everything is blended nice and seamlessly. You guys, everything already looks so good. Okay. And then this powder puff is so good for everything. So I'm also just going on the rest of my face as well and making sure everything's blended together. And I feel like this is a step that I do in my makeup, like throughout almost each step. Just keep blending all your makeup together, okay? For our next step, this is one of the most important steps. It's time to bronze, and I'm not gonna be contouring. There's like a whole bunch of controversy between bronzer and contouring. What I've learned is that contouring is warmer tones, and contouring, wait a minute, did I say that right? Bronzing is warmer tones and contouring is cooler tones. On top of that, you want to sculpt, wait a minute. You want to sculpt or create your shadow here. You want to bronze right here on this hard part of your face. So I'm gonna take my bronzer by Say, guys, it looks like this right here. And I have the shade Dew Bronze Swim. Just gonna get my mirror out and I'm gonna start with a little bit because we can easily build this back up. Okay. I'm actually going to take some here and here as well, and I'm gonna blend this back so we have it around this perimeter too. So again, another Morphe brush, the E58 brush. And so we're just gonna tap, 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 and keep tapping until we get nice and bronze. Look at that. It looks so good already. And I'm also bringing this up into the hairline, okay? And then tap, tap, tap. You guys want to make sure that you're tapping, tapping, and tapping, because if you're not tapping, you're swiping. And if you're swiping your makeup off. So we don't want to do that. And then I'm just going to tap, 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 and bring this back into the hairline, okay? And there goes my edges. I hate doing my edges before makeup because I feel like it just don't stay anyway, so what's the point? so I would have to redo them, okay? And so if this is good for you, you can stop right here. For me, I want to bronze a little bit more. I want it a little bit more deep. So we're gonna add some more. And my light is actually here. I have a window in the bathroom, so I'm just looking here really quickly, and I want to add some more. I need to get this hair out the way. Yeah. Almost felt like I could have went a little bit darker on the shade, but you don't want it to end up looking muddy. So lighter is okay. All right. So again, I'm just tapping and making sure I'm blending that bronzer. Okay, so we've got our bronzer blended out, and our next step is blush. So blush, how are we gonna handle blush? The way I'm gonna handle blush is I'm gonna be using a cream blush, and this is a blush called, let's see, it's the Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm. You guys, I think I said this in my Sephora haul. These are the best blushes for me, especially for beginners. I'm using the shade Glassy Cinnamon in this blush, and it's by House Labs. It is Lady Gaga's brand. It is so good. So I'm just going to add, you guys look at that. This is really good, especially if you couldn't get your hands on the, I think it's the Toasted Teddy by Rhode, which I actually, don't judge me, I do have one more Sephora package coming because there were just a few things that I felt like I wanted and I wanted to try, especially after doing my research for the toasted makeup look. I was like, oh, I actually really want this. But this is a really good option as well. This is actually the best option for me because I don't know how the Rhode blush is going to work. I'm just going in with this is really a foundation brush, but I'm just going to tap the apples of my cheeks. Just like this. Tap the apples of my cheeks and blend out our blush. And I'm also tapping that into our bronzer today. So I just really am merging the two products together. That is so freaking pretty. You get a closer look for you guys. And this look is coming out really dewy as well. I wonder if I could do this, but like matte. I'm not sure. Okay. The next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my setting spray. It's the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. It is by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just going to go ahead and just getting everything to start mixing together. And then pat. Now it is time to set our under eye. For under eye, I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty setting powder. Which one is this one? This is the Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I'm going to be using the shade Peach Pie because it does have like a little orangey undertone to it, so I thought that would be really nice for this look. You guys see this right here? This is too much, but I am going to dip. I have plenty on my powder puff right here. Do not put this on your face. We're not gonna put this on our face. I'm going to tap this into my hand so we can get a nice flat layer like this. And actually, I just want to make sure this was blended well under my eye. And now I'm going to set under my eye. Okay, so now let's see if we can see the difference. This one I set This one is still glossy. So for me, I prefer this side. So picking up more of that powder for my second eye and just wiping some of that off. And that looks beautiful to me. If you don't have oily skin, you could probably skip that. I'm a grease ball. That could never be me. But I do still like a dewy look. Next up, I'm gonna take this bronzing powder by YSL, and it is the All Hours Hyper Bronze, and I have the shade, I actually can't even pronounce this. Poudre Bronzante bronzing powder, I don't know. Oh, it might be just shade 4. I'm just going to dip in here. We're bringing that bronzer back. I'm also going to be adding some down here, just so it's not too bright. Okay, and so for today's blush, I'm going to be taking the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in She's the Moment, but I'm just going to be using the powder portion today. So, just going to be applying a little bit on my cheeks, bring some of that color back. Not too much. We are back with powder puff, and I just want to make sure everything is seamless. And I'm actually taking the butt of the Beauty Blender and spraying. I don't know why I just said spraying, but I am blending. Okay. Now, I feel like some people won't take the next step and do eyeshadow. This is completely optional, but I do want a little eyeshadow on my eyes because I'm not going to do any lashes or anything like that. I'm not even going to do eyeliner. This is a really basic toasted makeup look. So I'm going to go in with my new palette right here. This is the Patrick Tall for Eyes, and I have the shade Medium. All right, and I want to make sure all the makeup that I had on my eyes prior to this is blended out. I think I'm just gonna go pretty basic here. The shades aren't numbered or anything like that, so I'm just gonna flip it up, and then we'll go with the shade to start. Ooh, this might be really pigmented actually. Oh, this is. Okay. This brush might not even be firm enough to blend with. This is just a brush I found. I think I'm gonna pick up another one. I feel like this look even would have been really cute with those Makeup by Mario cream eyeshadows, because I love those and they're so easy to use. And now I'm just taking the lightest shade in the palette. Actually, I'm gonna go second lightest in the shade, which is this one right here. I'm gonna put that all on the lid. These are better than I thought. It's very pigmented. Almost like a cut crease, but not really because you're not using concealer. It's just enough to give like that illusion of a cut crease. Last but not least, it is time for the lips. And so for the lip liner, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Trace Styled Pencil Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Extra Thigh 06. So I'm just gonna remove this, and I have used this already. And I like it, so I ended up getting another one. I can't even explain how freaking smooth and creamy these are. I've been asleep on these. They've been out, so let's see. For gloss, I'm just gonna take this gloss by Jizu. It is the honey infused lip oil. I also used this just last night and I really, really like it. So it smells so good. All right, y'all, so this is my version of the Toasted makeup look. I think it came out so good. I feel like this is one of the easier makeup looks, and it's a makeup look that's really catered to beginners. Also, I'm going to say this one more time. I do feel like the Toasted makeup look trend is just like what Black women do in general. Like, this is kind of how we do our makeup for the most part. I feel like it's a nice little glammy, bronzy look. Of course, TikTok kind of always takes this and then they put it like they put a really cool trendy little tagline: toasted makeup look, ballerina makeup, all these things, and yeah, it just trends and skyrockets out of nowhere. So whatever, you guys let me know what you guys think of the final look. If you guys have any questions about any of the products I use, list them below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this video, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you do. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye.